Welcome back to Sid Meier's Civilization 6, Greece as Pericles, and that's our SEO search term criteria. If you guys are wondering why I always do that at the intros of the videos, is because the closed caption does count all that as SEO or search engine optimization or search engine. What am I doing here? Why is my buttons are messed up, guys? Hang on a second. All right. All right, next turn. We have not declared war on India yet. They are getting close with their space program, but we're still pushing it through. We're getting some great culture now. And we'll be getting more once I get those archies going. We're getting closer to our space program. Once I have the 2 turns done on this trader, I will send that trader here for additional... Or actually, I might actually use it for production here because we will use Ephesus as our secondary production city. I didn't want to click on her. Next turn. Gunboat diplomacy is what spared us from having to go to war with her. That is a great policy. Because getting around the map is challenging enough. So, I guess that was one of the compromises the developers decided to give us so that we have a little bit of a break. And what I want to do is I want to look around this city as much as possible. He has no troops over here. So our options are... Well, he's actually just building that spaceport. He's not actually doing anything with it. So that means that we could maybe go after these cities, but we just don't have the strength. We don't have the strength, so that means that we can go ahead and still disrupt this nonetheless, so that he has to focus all his attention on a space program in his capital city, which is right here in Delhi. So we'll still see what we can do over there. All right, so we should be able to make archaeologists now, and that's what we'll do. And up here, as you can see here, 8 more turns until we get a bomber. This city's really kind of... just have them do culture. So I'm kind of glad I made that. But hang on, could we make... Could have made an amphitheater, but you know what? I think I'm fine. I think we're just going to go ahead and just spend culture for... Well, that's 25... How many turns is that? 25 turns? Nah, let's just go ahead and make the amphitheater. Alright, and we're going to... We probably don't need this many guys. That is 100 city, though, so... But what we could do is just move all these units to our other city. I think that would... I mean, because we've got plenty of defenses here. We have aircraft to defend all this. It's going to be a long march, but that is something we could do. I hope this is going to allow us to move through those units. I don't know where India's going. These guys are marginal units. He's got all his tough guys. I wish these guys were up at his main city, but of course that would just be too easy, too convenient for us. We have another modern armor being made here. One more turn. See, look at Gilgamesh. He's got freaking musketmen. Yeah, I mean, going after this with our little meager crew here is just not safe enough. I wish our spy was leveled up enough to actually go after the space program, but man, I wish they would work on these spies, because these are just so tough. I mean, it seems like it'd be almost useless. I mean, why build the spy that you would have to build literally at the beginning of the game to be able to take a spaceport? I guess because it would be a little easier. They just don't make things that easy, do they? Yeah, okay, we're just going to park right... We're just going to stay right there. And we're going to do something with that city. Yeah, our tank can go right through them, so good. The tank by himself could go right to that tile, but if we raise the city, man, our relationship with everybody else is going to be just absolutely terrible. All right, so let's go ahead and build our next part. The order is not really important. And we're going to get production. We can't go to Delhi. We could go to Monty, or we could even go to the Congo. Even better. Speaking of Congo, yeah, we've got culture locked up. It's science that we're going to have to really be mindful of. So it looks like we got culture locked up. All right, let's see. Yeah, traffic jams everywhere on this map. Normally I would use a cavalry, but against a 100 city, brutal. All right, so you guys are just going to have to wait. All right, here's our... Let's get the diamond first. And... Okay, next turn. Busy, busy, busy. We're going to get the Great Zimbabwe in 4 more turns. That'll give us an additional trade route. We're still working on culture here in Knossos. 13 to 15 more turns. But after that, we only have 1 more part to build. We're just going to ignore right now because we might actually go after him. I don't want to change any policies right now, so... Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that's really useful to us. So we're just going to go social media again. Hang on a second. It's not going to do us any good. No. So social media. All right, so let's see. Wow, that's annoying. All right. 1 by 1 by 1. Wow, that was a nice little move. Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade these guys. I just don't think it's necessary. I mean, if we can keep them out of that 100 city range. All we really need is the tank to take out this guy here. And when we go to war, we will eventually go to war, but we got to have these tanks, and we've got to have the planes, because what he's got over here is going to be a problem for us. Right? All right, and we'll just send you right here and fortify you so we can stop with all this camera jumping. All right, I just want to check my pop real quick and see 4 more turns until we get an additional person here. And the Great Zimbabwe's kept us a little bit busy. All the other cities look pretty good. And our cities up here are actually thriving. They're actually doing really well. I'm really happy that they're doing well. It's a lot of cities to have to maintain next turn. But we've got to get these units before we even remotely entertain the idea of going after Delhi. But I think the timing is good. The fact that we took these cities is a gigantic help to our cause. Because if we didn't have these cities, Scythia still owned Neapolis, for example, this would be crazy over here. So sometimes, guys, it's just better to be lucky than good. All right, so I'm just bringing all these units just in case. We can always move them back. That's not a problem. But we could also move them to our cities up here. These guys, we're not even going to mess with these guys. Now, if we had more money, then yeah, I would. I mean, I'm probably still going to move at least the modern armor up that way. We don't have... Well, this guy is formed up, but He's the most experienced, and he has no one to... Well, he's a core. Do we have another unit he could be matched with? We could make one, but at this point, I wouldn't worry about it. But we could always move them up to the other city. I mean, we're already here. We only have to get to the water, so they'll come in hugely handy. We've got aircraft to protect us over here, so that's not a problem. We'll have another modern armor here if we need him to protect the area. Next turn. Lot going on. All kinds of activities going on across this map. But we want to make sure that we're as prepared as possible, because India, despite their little dated units, I mean a catapult, love for these to be in his capital right now, as opposed to what we're looking at across our borders. And there, that'll give us a lot of space now. We can really move our guys out of there. Got some silly hills to get over. But we'll just move all those guys to our other city, because we can upgrade this guy. He'll come in big time handy. Alright, and we have our builder here. We built another builder here. I don't think that we want anything here, do we? Maybe clear some jungle. That's not relevant. What about Gnosis? Seems like you would have some use for this guy. Nope. Well, I mean, we could clear some jungle, but it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, we got to send him somewhere. Well, we'll just stay here and make farms, I guess. Why not? Farm. Alright, we've moved all these units, so skip. Skip. Alright. Interesting. Okay. And work that diamond. And see, we can't sell to anybody because our relationships with everyone is so bad. One gold per turn. Wow. I can't even imagine who would even be the most friendliest to us. 1 gold per turn. I mean, would it be worth the 2 gold per turn? No. Selling our diamonds? Silly. Not worth it. Auric. Watt's not going to do us any good. Science isn't going to do us any good. We don't have the pop for an additional... We should work on the pop over here. We should just switch him to food and let him get that pop, and then we can make a... You know, maybe an Acropolis. Do we have any hills? There's some hills over there, so... Yeah, if we can get an Acropolis going, maybe. Watt's not going to do us any good. Give us an additional civilian. Well, should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. We just need him to grow next turn. 5 more turns until we get our Archy. And we're having these cities pump. Give you Jade. Are you kidding me? How about you give me your space program in exchange for the Jade? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go here. Yep, he's still kind of stymied right now. It might be that he wants to build a port over here, but we're going to deny him that. We're just going to move you completely out of the way so we can get this modern armor over here. There we go. Move you here. Yeah, we're not going to leave these guys vulnerable over here, so... 3 more turns, and 3 more turns for everything, so perfect. So he's not made any major advances in his science, so that's a good thing. Alright, Athens. We want to get you some production and food, so we could go to Tenochtitlan. Yeah, for food, 7. Yeah, absolutely. I love having Montezuma in Egypt in the game because they have food in their trade routes without having to use, say, like a policy. And we're going to have you work the stone. I really like roads. I just something about the city that's just awesome. I just like it. I would have loved to have taken Banza Congo because we'd get the roar. I think that's Chichen Itza. Do we have Chichen Itza in this game? That's funny. Or is that his... Yeah, it is Chichen Itza. Okay. It's not helping him too much right now with culture, but... There we go. The Great Zimbabwe. I've never made this in the game yet, so I'm pretty excited about it. I know it's a very powerful wonder because I've seen the guys talk about it a lot. And let's see. Probably just have this city... Well, we could probably make some builders, if nothing else, to chop these forests. Yeah, for production purposes. We just, like, chop both those forests right there. So, I thought it was going to give us a trader. Wait a minute. I thought it was going to give us a trader. Or does it have to be made? Okay, I guess... Alright, we'll just make a trader. I thought it would just like, you know, here you go. Here's your trader. But no. Alright, sleep. Okay, get you all the way out of the way then. Move you as far as I can. Alright, and you're just going to hang here for now. We're at his borders. I mean, it seems kind of silly that we're not at war, but you know what? We'll just keep ignoring him. Alright, you got one more build. Well, let's just clear a jungle for the production, I guess. Alright. Okay, and 2 more turns for all these guys. We're going to need them too. We're going to need those tanks. As a matter of fact, what I might do is form a core with the tank to make him that much stronger because we've got to reach this spaceport and disable it. And it's going to be quite a minefield of units to get there. I mean, we're going to have to avoid these cities if possible and kind of sweep around this way. The bomber will help tremendously. We're just going to ignore. Well, I cannot promise that. Let's do that. Not tried that one. That might have been too risky. He might actually go to war with us, but... Alright, well, I can't move these guys. Wait, I can't... Yeah, I can. That was kind of weird. Gnosis. Maybe pump some culture. Let's have you pump culture. Mobile Sam. I've never even made one in the game yet because the city's... Airplane? We made it. Success. Outstanding. So that's going to screw up his production. Whoops. I should have sabotaged his... I don't even see it. I don't even see his industrial zone over here. Alright. You know what? Let's just park on his border. I mean, we've had open borders that... Oh, she's just trapped here. That's what it is. Yeah, Victoria's trapped here. That's why she's in our city. Seems like it would kick her out of the border. I mean, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Some nice food bonus there. We never did make it to that iron. All right, next turn. One more turn until we get to modern armor here. I should test that and just see if we can... I don't think we can get through the pack ice, but you know, we'll just check it and see. I've not tried it, so... Yeah, we sabotaged that industrial zone successfully. That was awesome. Wish we could level up enough to affect his space program. Wow, I get some long turns here now. Long turns. Alright, and if we do go to war, we sure as heck don't want them in bombardment range. That's for sure. Alright, we have a bomber. They're going to come in handy. Big time handy. I can't even express to you how handy they're going to be. Alright, Mycenae, you've been a great city so far. Your population's fine. Your amenities are great. It's a shame we can't take advantage of culture with you. Let's just make a hangar. And let's see. Pump culture or a unit? I think another unit. We're out of uranium. Unless we build like a... Well, no, we're just out of uranium. Okay. At least we had some. Should I get a builder? Well, we could work the stone. But could we do something more productive? Yeah, temple would be nice. We're definitely going to make a hangar here because we're going to probably end up making an airport. Do I want another bomber? 10 turns. I think an airport might be more useful, but that's way more turns than a bomber. So, bomber. Alright. You're going to sleep for now, but we will put you into action very soon. And we're going to move you to here because we're going to form you into a core. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to end this segment here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next game.